Good morning, everyone. Let me tell you something. What I'm going to tell you today, it's not something I've read in a book. It's not a movie I've watched. I'm going to tell you about my life. But I want to get one thing out of the way before I speak. I walked here and I heard one boy say to another boy, "Aware, you're not a gangster. You're not a 26. Stop that talk. You are 20 nicks. You're not a 26. That talk will get you raped in jail. You talk about something you have no idea how to take that further. Speak well, speak like a gentleman. I'm going to tell you, I've seen many men being raped because they try to be something that they are not until you end up in jail and you go away and they say, "Who like my baru?" You're like, "All right." And then they know you're not from there. So just speak well. But I want to first thank you guys for making yourself available to be here. That means a lot, let me tell you. The fact that you are here, you're already on the right track. I want to thank my friend Machens. I want to thank Gaddafi. I want to thank Nick, Zama, everyone. You know, the ADG, my whole staff. Thank you very much. I know how one person can change a nation. What you do here, this is not small. You need one person. I had one person in my life, one person that spoke to me. And I'm going to tell you that story, what happened. And that person said one thing to me, and that changed my whole life. So I want to start by telling you part one, which is who I used to be. Part two, who I am now. Part three, who you're going to be, or who you should be. I grew up in a place before I could know a poem, before I could know history. I could tell you all the gangs in the area where I grew up in. I can tell you about the gang leaders. I knew more about gangsterism. That was the first thing I knew in my life. At the age of 13, so my father was a storeman. My father was a very honest man. My neighbor was a bank robber. His name was Fire. And my father never used to have money. And my neighbor always had money, girls, nice clothes. I always knew I don't want to be my father. I want to be my neighbor. At the age of 13, I got really involved in gangsterism. Washing cars for gangsters, hanging out with them, being sent around by them. At the age of 15 and a half, I was involved in my first bank robbery. At the age of 18, I was one of the most wanted bank robbers in this country. At the age of 20, I was sentenced to jail. I was sentenced to 17 years in jail. I grew up in prison. I grew up in jail from the age of 16. I will be in and out of jail. At the age of 20, they locked me up and they gave me 17 years. I went on with my life of crime in jail. I became a member of the 26 gang. I went on with my life of crime. And one day, somebody said to me in jail, "My brother, you control this prison. You have so much power. People listen to you. But you are leading people the wrong way. Why don't you change and lead us all? Because we will follow wherever you lead." That moment I decided I'm going to change my life. Because I saw how a young child was raped in jail. And the next day, I said, this is not the life I want for my child. I had a boy outside. I came out of jail. I ran the prisons. I came out of jail in 2003. Now, when you've been a boss in jail and you come out of jail, they give you what they call a jersey. A jersey is not a jersey that you know. It is a packet of drugs for you to start so you can make money. I said, I'm fine, I don't want it, because I don't want to be a criminal anymore. My mother and my father both got SASA, both of them. My first night out of jail, there was no bed for me at our house. I was even smiling by myself. I thought, I have a bed in jail. I don't have a bed outside jail. My father bought me my first bed. I looked for a job. I couldn't find a job. One day I saw a lot of white kids buying drugs. So I asked my mom, what is white kids doing here in our kasi? She said, they're buying drugs. I said, which school are they from? She said, St. Michael's and Great College, those top schools. The next day, I went to that school. I told the principal, Mr. Falstead, I said, sir, my name is Gayton McKenzie. Come from jail. Spent my whole youth in jail. And I see your children are going to jail. And I know what's going to happen with them in jail. Can I speak to these boys? He said, please go on. I spoke to those boys. I spoke to them about crime, about gangsterism. You might be a clever now, but when those doors get locked in jail, they got your mask in and neon colors. You see jail on TV. You think that's jail. You are playing. You see these things on TV. You think that's prison. That's not jail. When those doors lock behind you, you will wish to be transferred back to this seat to make better decisions. There's no friends, there's no mother, there's no father. The wardens that must protect you are scared of the prisoners. So I go to Great College, I speak to them, I speak to them, I speak to them. After speaking to them, I'm walking home because I didn't have money for taxi. I didn't have transport money. So I got home and my mother was crying. I said, Mom, what's wrong? She says, what did you do again? I thought you've changed. I said, Mom, I did nothing. She said, you are lying. I said, Mom, I'm telling you I did nothing. Why are you crying? Who said I did something? She said, there's a white man looking for you. Now, when you come from jail, you're a year, no white people are looking for you. So I asked, where's this white man? She said, behind you. So I look around, I see this big white guy. He says, I'm looking for Gayton McKenzie. I said, I'm also looking for that bastard. He says, I said, what did he do to you before I tell you what he did to me, that Gayton McKenzie? He said, Gayton McKenzie went to my child's school. I've got 2 boys in that school. And after speaking to them, the one came to me, he said he's addicted to drugs. The other one said he's got an unlicensed firearm. And I'm here today to come and give Gayton McKenzie something. And he took out his checkbook. And I took out my ID book. And I gave it to him. And while he's writing a check for me, I see his t-shirt says CHAP Security. I said, why don't you just give me a job and not money, man? He says, yeah, sure, come with me. Now the car was branded CHAP, 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 CHAP all over. So when I jumped in the car, my neighbors, they said, Liboni, Bamut's very happy. He's back to jail again. They arrested him again. And I got a job at CHAP Security because I was intentional, I was serious, I wanted a change in my life. I wanted to be the one in my family that breaks the chains of poverty. My father never had a car. My grandfather never had a car. In my family, we didn't have cars. And I said to myself, I'm going to be the one that's going to break the chains of poverty. I've tried it with crime. But look what crime gave me. I'm going to try it through hard work. Went to work at CHAP. I remember I got in 2003, my salary was 1,000 rands a month. I worked there for 8 months. They gave me an increase to 20,000, then they gave me an increase. But it was the funniest part. When I was working for 1,000 rands a month, now you must look at me to understand what I'm going to say. In jail, when you say yes, this is what you do. When you say no, you do this. We want to confuse the wardens that's looking at us from the top. So if a guy asks you, hey, sorry, my drugs, you go. But he knows it's yes, I know it's yes. That one there thinking I'm saying no. So that's how I've lived. So I get to shop. I worked for 8 months. The bosses call me in, they're like, Gayton McKenzie, you have truly impressed us. We would really, really like to give you an increase. We want to make it 20,000 rands. Do you accept? I said, they said, please go stand outside. I go outside. Then outside I realized, hey, against the floor. I made a big mistake here. Hey, I want to go back. They said, wait. I said, no. They said, wait. They said, so I come in. They said, Mr. McKenzie, wait, we talk. I'm like, yes. They say, we thought about it. We're going to give you 40,000. Do you accept? I said, yes. I said like 10 yeses. So I work at shop. I started a business, a fish business. With my salary, I started a fish business. I would only hire guys that come from jail. I hired my first guy, hired my second guy, hired my third guy. I will buy fish for 8 rands in Cape Town, and I will sell it in Northwest for 50 rands. In Limpopo for 50 rands. I started with one guy. In no time, I had 100 guys, 200 guys, 300 guys. Then Nedbank says, no, let's give you a loan for cars. You can buy bakkies, you can buy all of that. We see the money that's coming in. I bought bakkies, I bought cars, and I started hiring more ex-prisoners than anybody in the world. And I became a multi-millionaire. I became very wealthy. I went into mining. There's no sports car that I have never driven or bought. Lamborghini, Ferrari, R8, you name all of them. Now, when I was working at shop, the English wasn't so 100%. I still mix with prison language. And somebody said to me, go to a language school. There was a lady, her name was Ria de Villiers, one woman that changed my whole life. Ria ran a language school. I still remember like it was yesterday. I was wearing a blue overall, all-star techies that has a hole in it. And I went to Ria's school. And I said, teach me how to speak properly like a gentleman. What they are trying to teach you here. I remember in class, I took the chair. When she said, no, come in the class. I checked, where am I going to sit? And I saw a beautiful girl, her name was Jackie. I'm like, there, I'm going right there by Jackie. There, that's where I was born to be. So I sit next to Jackie. That chick took a chair and she moved from me. And everybody laughed. I became a joke. Nobody wanted to sit next to me. And they made fun of my shoes. They made fun of my overall. And one day I lifted my hand up. I said to the teacher, can I say something? She said, yes. I said, you see, you guys, you make fun of my clothes, of my shoes. It's okay. Because my shoes, you are wearing Lacoste. You are wearing Kurt Geiger. You are wearing this. Those shoes and those labels, they don't write exams. You do. Here, I'm not here on a fashion show. My time will come to be fashionable. It is not now. But be patient enough to see how my life is going to change. Fast forward 6 years after that day, exactly 6 years, I bought myself a Lamborghini. I go down to Makufe Festival. I get there. I said, hey, I'm hungry. I go to the car wash. While I'm eating with my friends, they're busy washing my car. After washing my car, I'm looking at the people admiring the car. Of all the people there, I see Jackie there. I'm like, God is great. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. And now I want to walk to my car. It's my car. Bought it cash. So I go. I said, no. I can't walk like this, man. Imagine just walking. I said, no, I must have a money walk. The walk must complement the car. They mustn't doubt me. So I go like, and they look at me, and they're like, and Jackie says, gee. I'm like, do I know you? She said, it's me, Jackie. I'm like, okay. She's like, is this your car? I say, tweet. Open the door. She says, where are you going? Can I come with? I said, you're not my type. I have my type. What is the moral of the story I'm told you now? Your time is coming. Don't rush. Don't rush. Your moment is coming. Your moment is coming. You might not have Nikes like other children. Your parents might not be able to afford what other kids are affording. The girls might not even be looking at you. Same as me. Who looked at me? No one. My time came. I was wearing tekkies with holes in it. Today, I have a room only with all my tekkies. That is my message to you first. Message. Don't be in a hurry. Don't let people make you feel you are poor. Your time is coming. Don't make mistakes. Don't go and steal because you want. Don't make the mistakes I made. Wait for your time. This God is everybody's God. And your moment is coming. My parents are dead. But I thank God for one thing. Before they died, they saw me breaking the chains of poverty. Stop trying to be a clever. Stop this thing of gangsterism. Stop this thing of smoking weed at a young age. You're going to be as dumb as fuck before you are 40 years old. Be disciplined. Be a gentleman. Be somebody that people look up to. Let them call you a nerd. Let them call you a Barry. That's all right. You are Barry outside. They are clevers inside. I'm going to repeat that. Don't go with the flow. Some of you are like sheep. I'll make you an example. If I hold a stick like this, and there's 5 sheep coming, the first sheep is going to come, jump over. The second sheep is going to come, jump over. Can I take this thing away? The third sheep is going to come, jump over. There's no stick. The fourth sheep may jump over. All the sheep is going to jump over. If you ask them, why are you jumping? They say, we don't know. We saw the others are jumping. Some of you smoke weed. You don't even like weed. But because it's gefrek, you want to fit in. That's why you smoke weed. Some of you are wanting to try nyaupe. You don't even like it. But peer pressure gets to you. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy in life. Make your own choices. Say what you want to be. Some of you, if you go to jail today, your mother don't have money to bail you out, to get you a lawyer. But you go after people whose mothers have bail money, whose mothers have lawyers. Don't try to be big. Your time is coming. Even the girls that don't want you, that goes after the rich guys, don't get angry with them. Become a rich guy so they can also come to you one day. But don't come and be angry with the girls and say they love money. You should also start loving money and work hard so that you can reach a certain point in your life. Respect women. I didn't respect women when I was a gangster. I didn't. Some of you don't know what rape is. When you sleep with a girl when she's drunk, it's rape. You don't have a consent. We used to make women drunk in order to sleep with them. But that's rape, because you don't have a consent. If your friend is making a woman drunk, you are equally guilty, because our job as gentlemen is to protect women at all costs. You have sisters, you have a mother. Don't make our mistakes. Respect women. Respect women. Don't speak to your girlfriend like you got her in a dustbin. Hey, wena, tokwan, chat. Chat. What is that? You will keep on attracting the girls that love to be told fatek. Respect women. Protect women. The biggest gun against, if you want to defeat, if you want to say Golekane, confront your friend. Say, bra, why are you speaking to your woman like this? Bra, why are you making this woman drunk? Bra, why are you doing this? And that is why I took time off my busy schedule to come here today. Because I know there's some of you that sit here, you're definitely going to jail. There's some of you that sit here, you're definitely going to be somebody. You can make that choice today. Are you going to be by the ones that's definitely going to jail? Are you going to be the ones that definitely going to be somebody? I'm going to ask each and every sitting here, I'm going to ask you one question. Don't answer loud. Answer to yourself. I'm going to ask you one question before I make my statement. I'm going to ask you one question. Don't let people know your answer. Answer to yourself. Do you believe in dreams? Don't make a noise. Be honest with yourself. Do you believe in dreams? Now let me tell you the main message. The ones here that believe in dreams, I want to say to you, it's not enough to only believe in your dream. You gotta be obsessed with the dream. You gotta follow that dream. You gotta go all out for that dream. But for some of you that sit here that think, I've given up on life. You're too young to give up on life. If you don't have a dream, let me show you dreams do come true. One of my best friends was a gangster. One day he just took a choice. He says, I'm going to be Brayton Paulser, the rugby player, Brayton Paulser. Came to his school and he spoke to the kids like I'm speaking to you. And he heard Brayton Paulser speak. And that moment, he said, I'm going to be a rugby player. He became the world's best rugby player. He lived overseas. He became a presenter. He went to school. Today he's got degrees and degrees, and his name is Ashwin Willemse. He had a dream. There was a guy that was with us in jail. He said he's going to become a singer. We all laughed at him. He became a singer. His name is Mendoza. Dreams do come true. Ronaldo tells this interesting story. We were in Portugal, he told us this story. He said, He used to stand at McDonald's and wait until they closed down so that he can get the leftover burgers. Today, he's a billionaire, and he went back to look for those two women that gave him free burgers. Here am I. When I was 20 years old, in jail, you get what they call the kulukut. It is when you misbehave, they take you there. They call it solitary confinement. Solitary confinement, there's nobody, you alone. I was a regular visitor there. But one day, they said, we are tired of you. They took me to a secret place called the Hole. People said I was lying. And then I took ETV to that hole to go and show them that hole exists in jail. They open up in front of Bloemfontein prison, they put you down there, there's nothing. It's outside the prison, it was a secret place. There was nothing. I was in that hole for many months. In the dark, you couldn't even see your hand. But that boy that was put in that hole today is a cabinet minister. If you don't believe in dreams, think about my story. Think about where I'm coming from. I broke the chains of poverty for my kids, for my grandkids, for my family. And I wasn't smart at school. I wasn't. People will make fun of you, that's okay. Some of you take things personal. Some of you take things very personal. And that's your problem. When you was speaking there, you gave such a nice speech, and somebody laughed, and you got angry. And you say, why are you laughing? You're wrong. People are always going to laugh at you at life. I hear every day, I'm a criminal. Every day of my life, the newspapers, everybody writes, but it's not about them. It's about me. I hear people making fun that I don't have degrees. They have 5 degrees. And I want to say to them, if you're so educated, why are you so poor? But I'm holding myself in. I feel something telling like, when they say to me in parliament, you are not educated. I want to stand up and say, it was you. I can swipe you as a savings card. But I don't do that. I don't do that because I have learned to control my emotion. You are not a man if you can't control your emotion. I'm saying to you again today, people are not here to praise you. People are here to break you down. It is for you. I don't have an off day. You will never find me coming into the office just being angry, not speaking to people. Every day of my life, I'm in a good mood because I'm alive. And as long as I'm alive, I can fight another day. So when you leave here today, I'm saying to you, choose which person you are. Choose now. There's 3 kinds of people. There's people that what Machensen and them and Gaddafi and them did this weekend. You get 3 kinds of people. They lit a fire of a message of hope in your life. That's what this is about. But there's 3 kinds of people that they had to deal with this weekend. You have a guy, when he's at the message of fire, he gets warm. The message goes into him. But when he leaves, he gets cold. And he forgets about the message. That's the person number 1. Person, you must choose which one are you. The second one sits by the message of fire that was lit here this weekend. When he leaves, he's warm. The further he goes, he's still warm. He goes home, he's still warm. Until He meets a person that is not set by the message of fire. Then he gets cold when that person says, they're just talking nonsense. Then he gets cold. But the third person is who you should be. When they sit this weekend at the message of fire, they become the message. The fire burns in them. It's a fire that you can't take out. So to everybody here, in conclusion, be the person that becomes the message. Be the person that becomes the fire. My mother's tears rose all the time before she died. Not because she cried. She never stopped crying. My mother cried when I was a criminal. My mother cried when I was a gangster. When I became successful, and I became rich, and I became helping people, my mom still cried, but it was different tears. She used to cry tears of heartache and pain. She cried tears of joy. Some of you get angry when your mother doesn't want to buy you stuff. She can't afford it. You must make plans to make sure that all the things she can't afford, you can afford to give her. You know why am I happy? Because both my parents died, me having bought anything that money can buy that they wanted. I made them happy. When my father's coffin went down, I smiled because that man died a happy man, knowing that his son will take care of the family. So to all of you here, whether you're poor, some of you want to act rich here. You're not rich. Nobody in this room is rich here. Rich kids are not here. Stop acting rich and stunting other people because you're wearing a label. You're not rich. I will show you what rich kids are. Where's your sports car? You don't even have a bicycle. But you want to make somebody pregnant. How are you going to afford a prem? Now your girl must carry the baby like she's a bodybuilder lifting weights the whole time. Make right choices. Majens, Gaddafi, ADG, Nsiki, myself, Nick, we will not hold your hand throughout your life. We've given you the tools of trade. So gents, please, make better choices for yourself. Don't let them tell you because where you were born, how you begin, that's how you end. You know, nobody loves you like your parents. No one. Never forget that. No one loves you like your parents. Go to school, get the education, get the bursary, be someone in your life. Do you know what's the worst thing about life? At the age of 30, it's the worst moment in life of realization. When you are 30 years old, the people that were sitting here, some of them will be professors, some of them will be lawyers, some of them will be accountants. What will you be? You might think we are sitting here, we are bored. All of us, we are bored. We came here just to entertain you. We're not here to entertain you. We're not here to entertain you. We are here to make sure that you become better than us. I was a dumbass at school. I just passed my matric, just. When you have to have 50, I got 50. I don't have a rich family. I didn't respect women. As the gangsters, like, hey, you come here. Say, koi, a group feel. That's not the way. Learn from my mistakes. All these clevers that you see in your area, they're all in jail. They're clevers outside and there's somebody's wife inside jail. They're clevers here for you guys. Inside, they are happily married. Now you want to be like a guy that's happily married on the inside. But outside, you want to be like him. Choose better role models. Girls don't want gangsters that talks like this, real girls. They want a gentleman that can teach their children manners. We're going to make this project very big. And some of you must come and work in this project. You must be the ones that come and tell the story that you have heard here. So just make sure, I want to thank all of you for coming. And I hope truly that you will take the message from a man that has made every mistake that you can make. I'm not telling you stories here. I'm a minister today. And I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. I'm boosting you. I'm boosting you. The number one lesson in life, everybody that talks rubbish about me, I'm more successful than them. And the people that's more successful than me will never speak rubbish about me. And I will not speak rubbish about people. So people's job is to talk. Your job is to walk your talk. And never forget that. Because if I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, everybody can do it. Salute. Thank you very much.